What's going on, guys? It's Stock Picks by Tim, and I am back after a couple day involuntary break, but I'm going to get right into VGX, Voyager Digital, some recent developments. So I'm curious if you want to go through with Voyager's current plan, getting 70% paid out and just letting the execs get out scot-free, or do you want to wait longer on your money, have to drag this out, but also deny the execs of immunity in the process? And also, I'm curious, some of you are very negative towards the execs, some of you are somewhat indifferent. But I'm curious, leave a comment down below also about, do you think this is solely the exec's fault? Do you think this is 3AC that really screwed everybody over? Or do you think the executives of Voyager Digital were somehow involved and are somehow guilty? Is this why they're looking for immunity from any future lawsuits, any allegations and crimes? But let's get into this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you like these types of videos. Check out the free links below for some cryptos and stocks. Check out the free Discord, and let's look at VGX and Voyager Digital. Now, first off, something coming from Texas, and this is kind of unrelated to what I was just talking about, but this is basically about an objection to the disclosure statement filed by Voyager Digital. And this essentially stated that, customers are going to get a 70% return, but this figure could be argued as hypothetical because of how Voyager was going to estimate how to pay out customers. And as said in the filing, the debtors, Voyager, have consistently controlled the flow of relevant information to creditors and parties in interest, and the amended disclosure statement follows this pattern of behavior by failing to give creditors and parties in interest sufficient information to make an informed decision. So they just basically want Voyager to explain their methodology for calculating what the fair market value for their assets is. And I'll leave you guys all the articles below, but what I was kind of getting to in the beginning here, this article, now disregard the picture, this is completely unrelated, I don't know why they use this picture. And this is how the contract, the agreement, seems to be also conditioned on releases for Voyager's directors and execs. So you can either accept this, get our hypothetical 70%, and also offer the execs immunity, or, and I quote, risk these Chapter 11 cases devolving into a morass of litigation to the sole detriment of unsecured creditors whose assets will continue to remain frozen for a far longer period of time. It's almost like they're tugging at our heartstrings here. Now, how I personally feel, and this is just my opinion, while I don't think Voyager's execs did anything purposefully wrong necessarily, that's not to say that they didn't make very bad decisions, trust 3AC too much, lend out too much money to them, shoot themselves in the foot by not diversifying, the golden rule of investing, diversification. But, in my eyes, they don't deserve jail time unless something develops that can prove that they're guilty of doing some nefarious acts, moving money around in ways that they can benefit. So in my eyes, the Voyager execs are innocent till proven guilty, as they should be. But as for 3AC3 Arrows Capital, there's clearly some funny business going on there, and it's very likely we'll never see any money from them. Now, I did want to go over the chart very briefly, although I don't think it's all that important. I think VGX is going to die. They've even had statements that it has no utility any longer. There is no utility. Voyager Digital is no longer. FTX isn't going to pick up the slack and take VGX in. He is not going to support staking rewards. There is no reason, in my eyes, to hold VGX. Now, that being said, could it pump and dump in some kind of sort of rally? Sure, of course it can. What my opinion is that this is eventually going to go to zero, or possibly our coins will be just trapped in some kind of limbo somewhere with us unable to touch them. But they did say that they don't plan on paying us anything for our VGX, only other coins held on Voyager Digital. And looking at VGX on the chart, it is quite bearish, although it has been in a short-term uptrend. We are still under our 200-day moving average, and it basically just has these pushes and pulls. This chart to me seems like a lot of trouble. I smell danger in this chart. Knowing what's behind it, knowing that VGX serves no utility anymore, I suggest to everybody, I can't tell you what to do, but I do suggest completely getting out if possible. But how do you guys feel about the execs? Do you think they're to blame? Do you think 3AC holds all the blame? Or do you think it's a little bit of a mixture? Now, do you think the execs are actually guilty of some crimes? And also, do you think we're actually going to get our 70% anytime soon, or do you think everybody's going to oppose this plan of immunity for the execs and board members, or is everybody just going to say screw it and just get that money and let the execs roll out free of any potential charges? Let me know in the comments below, guys. I'm always curious about your opinion. Thanks as always, guys, and take it easy.